I'm Amanda Pasciucco, licensed marriage and family therapist, and today we're going to talk about how to stop being angry at your ex. Stay until the end to learn more about how to communicate in a way that's effective and gets you the results you want. So the first thing I think that we need to talk about here when we're talking about anger towards an ex is, what does anger mean to you? Literally, what is your working definition of the emotion of anger? Think back to when's the first time you felt angry at this partner. What about the first time you felt angry at someone that was supposed to be taking care of you? Anger is a strong emotion, and it's very important for giving us information. When you feel anger, let that big feeling flow through your body. You are not your anger, you're not your angry thoughts. It's just a feeling, and it can go through your body without having to judge it. Just give yourself compassion, like, yeah, I see that you're angry. Yeah, that's a really angry thought. Just saying these normalizing type things to your anger helps you and your body feel a sense of compassion and self-empathy. Unfortunately, when we feel that our childhood, our needs weren't really met and our thoughts weren't valued or important, we then have big explosive emotions at those people around us that we say we love or the people we say we loved. Like an ex, I think it's important to know that love is unconditional. Relationships, though, take work, and anger, thoughts, and actions all need to be clearly understood for what needs we're actually trying to get met. So again, for those of you who feel like your needs weren't really met in childhood, we could be exploding at someone in front of us, and really it's about our past. We're not going to know that this is what's happening. It's going to feel like we're really angry at our ex. However, if we slow this down, it could really be something from back in the day where your needs weren't met and you needed this level of anger to set a boundary. Again, at first you might not even realize that needs not being met in the past is the reason you're so upset. But fight-flight mode does show up, and we want to be sure that we distance ourselves from a trauma response when we're talking about anger with an ex. Being able to calm down, taking deep breaths in the nose, out the mouth, or closing our eyes, looking down and going inward so that we can start attuning and give ourselves the compassion we were talking about. Recognize that your feelings and thoughts are not actually bigger than you are. Again, allow your body to feel the emotions that are flowing through you. Your feelings and thoughts are not who you are. Let them flow through you and realize that this will pass. It might not feel like it, but it will if you normalize and give compassion. When anger gets so upsetting that it's bubbling up and you almost feel like you're trembling, that's an important message for you to re-engage with your body and start to breathe and calm down your nervous system. You can ask yourself, what need of mine isn't being met right now? Saying things like, I'm so angry, I can't believe they did that to me, doesn't actually get you closer to the need that's not being met. However, if we take this statement, I'm so angry at what they did to me, and break it down, maybe your need for security and safety isn't being met. Maybe your need for connection and attunement isn't being met. So in those moments, if that need for safety isn't being met, that might be why the anger feels so intense. Remind yourself, though, that this is a feeling and feelings pass. Also, that this person is an ex, so they're not in your life anymore, and the amount of control that they have is less than it used to be when you were with them. Also, it's important to talk to yourself and say, I know I love me. I chose this boundary. I choose this future. Even though my ex caused me A, B, C, and D of feelings, I know that I disconnected. I know that we're no longer together, so that I can find someone who's better suited to meet my needs. And if I can't find that person, I'd rather have a loving, compassionate relationship with me than giving in to someone who stirred so much of my emotional needs without being able to meet them. Knowing that you're safe and secure inside yourself is important to getting over the anger from an ex. Do you ever calm yourself down with positive scripts like this or words of affirmation? I'd love to hear the ones you're using in the comments below. When we recognize our very own specific personal needs, we get freedom from our emotions and our negative thoughts. When you allow yourself to feel big feelings and not attach to them as that is all that you are, we can let these feelings flow through us and not dictate so much of how it feels to be us. And finally, one thing is important is to do the things you need, whether you're angry and you want to dance, you want to journal, you want to scream, you want to meditate, you want to go away on a trip. Do what you need to do to move through the emotions and thoughts. Don't judge them as negative. Judge them as something that is important for survival. Your anger, your sadness, your fear, your joy, all of these emotions are important and they help you feel and understand messages that matter to you and your body. The more connected you are to your breath, your thoughts, and your emotions, the easier it is to be in peace and harmony internally within the world while other things are going on around you. Even though breakups are complicated, understanding emotional attunement from self to self is foundational in getting through anger at an ex or someone who's not in your life anymore. We want to train our nervous system to get out of fight, flight, freeze and come back to consciousness, come back to breath, and of course, compassion. If you need to have a conversation with someone though to actually set the boundary and get them out of your life, click on the link below because that will give you a how-to guide on how to communicate. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and the bell. I release new videos Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Say hi by commenting, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, at The Sex Healer or at Amanda Pasciucco. See you next week and thank you for watching.